Tonight, see what truly exists inside the world of the paranormal. Inside. Join the discussion and review some of the best paranormal evidence captures from a wide variety of experienced and up-and-coming investigators. See and hear what they capture, where they captured it, and how they captured it. Right now on Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. I'm tired-ass Chris.
I'm frustrated-ass Tony.
I'm surely having a bad day on Monday. It's very unusual for me.
Well, I'm not going to be ironic because I also have had a crapola day. Thank goodness you people are here to see, hopefully, what is a good show. It has been so there's good things happening in all our lives, but today was just like one of those days. And then like we tested everything for a live STATICOM last night, and it was magnificent. And then today, nothing worked.
Right.
So Tony, once again, he doesn't share this, but he must have a cape somewhere in his closet with a TR on it, because he's the hero that brought this show to you tonight. Because I was ready to wave the white flag and start doing something like trying to communicate with a harmonica. I was that close.
Yeah, we had more than our share of problems. But let's hope, knock on wood, everything goes smooth and this actually works.
If not, y'all can talk shit after the show. Which wouldn't be the first, won't be the last.
Right.
Other than that, did everybody have a good weekend? Week.
I clean all weekend and
I helped clean.
No, you did not.
Well, how did all this get done where we're sitting? How did this all get cleaned?
You only clean your shelves. I'm talking about in general the whole house.
I helped with the fridge. I helped with the table.
I helped with the fridge.
Everybody watching, the reason you see Chris laughing is because we've known Tony and Cherie for many, many, many years.
I helped with the
floors. This is not the first time we've heard this argument.
No.
Okay, if you say so, baby.
You know I did. Well, I don't understand why you say that.
Okay.
Who started the fridge?
Yeah, you started taking all the garbage out, and then you left me.
No.
You
told me
2 hours to clean
just to clarify
refrigerator.
from a man's point of view, what she said to me, there's not room for you here standing next to me between the table and the fridge. That's what she told me.
Oh, because you have a big... I'm just kidding.
The day's about to get worse.
We won't do it.
Welcome to Friction Com.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Your next reality show on Discovery coming to you straight from Eden.
Yes. There you go. That was
our weekend.
So Dolores is a little bit worn down under the weather today. We had a fantastic weekend. Well, it started out for anybody watching the weather. I'll make this quick. New York City was underwater. There was a lot of rain that hit this area. And whilst we did not have flooding on our drive to the Mass Paracon in Plymouth, Massachusetts, there were accidents like crazy because people don't use, caution. And there were literally accidents the whole way. So a 4-hour trip took 7. And we didn't stop to eat or pee or anything because every time we started moving again, we should keep going just in case we hit another snag. And we did. So 7 hours later, we went to bed earlier than I have since I was 14. Because we had an expo the next day. Now, that said, Sam Baltrusis did a fantastic job. The expo was great. We got to work with Patty Negri, Aaron Thompson from 28 Days Haunted. Intuitive April was there. There was a fantastic event. We did STATICOM Live twice at this cathedral church that was right behind where the expo was. and it delivered. Oh yeah, also Lisa from Full Moon, Lisa Pascal from Full Moon was there. Nicole was not. We missed you. And yeah, we did 2 sittings for Staticom, and it begged several questions from several people who had not seen it before. Patty Negri, of course, from Paraflix, where our docuseries is, embraced it, and we actually had there were 2 Native American shaman who were there, plus April's a shaman, and another lady. There was like 6 or 7 shaman, and shaman kept coming out of the Staticom, help us, shaman. Like there was a bunch of stuff. And so they all broke into this ritual thing, holding hands. It was unbelievably profound. Born out of this white noise gizmo thing that almost killed me tonight.
It's all good now. It's all good.
Well, Lisa Giordano La Scala watching. Yes, she was there too. Fantastic. So once again, thank you to Tony for getting us up and running tonight.
Thank you.
Not a problem at all. Well, we have a little extra special thing for tonight. We are going to do live Staticom, but we also have a live call-in number where you can actually call in and you can ask questions. When we start running Staticom, you'll be able to call in if you have a question you want to ask and see what kind of answer you get. You know, every time you go to touch the mouse, you disappear off screen.
I know. I have a short arm. I can't reach the mouse. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, so we're gonna give that a shot tonight. Like Ron said, we ran it for a good hour and 20 minutes last night with not a problem in the world. Sounded fantastic. I'm driving home from work and I see all these messages from Ron. I give up. I'm done. So I ran in the house and called him, and I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, it was a nightmare. This happened. It happened once before. Technology, will taunt us sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, Rich Michelle, he texted me in the middle of it. I went, dude, I'm falling apart here, trying to fix something, and he's like, he sent me good vibes, so they probably work. Uncle Giuseppe's here, and yeah, and Lisa Giordano Lascala, she mentioned she filmed the shamans thing. So did Anthony Seminelli from Seekers, who was with us. Anthony also filmed the Staticom sittings, one of which had the shamanistic ritual. It was amazing that we spurred on something like that, and these 2 things worked like in unison. Normally, because what we do is audio based, and you want people to focus and listen to hear. Often they'll miss vocals if they're chatting. Right. When this broke out, we were astounded at what had spurred on from our method. Anthony Pagano was watching. For those who don't know, that's my Uncle Tony. That's my UT. That's one of my favorite people who made my childhood wonderful. There he is. So we love you. I love you, Uncle Tony. Thanks for showing up. Very cool that he's here. So yeah, so the mass Paracon was amazing. And when we ran Staticom, Tony would have been proud. Somebody came up to me. One of the shaman came up to my table. Forgive me, I can't remember her name. And she goes, "I know Tony Rathman." I was like, I could brag too. But yeah, it was a great event.
I didn't ignore that. That was funny. Our dog was barking. I had to mute us. Sounds like he's still doing it.
So,
all right,
there he is.
That's dog
on the left with the hat and the glasses and the little icon, Uncle Tony. That's my mom's brother. Yeah, honest to God, for people watching, we've opened up to before. My childhood would never have been as awesome without him in it. And he's now primarily in Florida. He directs live event shows. He did it with Clear Channel for a while, Trans-Siberian Orchestra for a while. He's doing, I think it's a game show kind of a thing now, internationally. Incredibly talented as a director. I was with him when he was filming people doing golf swings at golf ranges. And so that's inspirational to me to see when somebody has the gift and they stick with it because they're talented. So kudos to my family. All right, enough shout outs for me. I'm very happy to see him here tonight. And hopefully if you can stick around, UT, because we're gonna run what we do tonight, which is our communication method. And your sister, my mother, has communicated with us before. I've got recordings that I believe are from her. So perhaps.
Very cool.
Awesome.
All right. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to run it for a little bit with our own questions and then, yep. Okay. So then let's start with that.
Okay, so I'll start running. And again, to remind people, because this is new to us, Tony's going to share at some point. We have a call-in number we're going to use tonight, so people can actually call in if they want to ask questions and see if they can get communication from it.
Yeah,
so
we'll run it a little bit first. Let's see how it's reacting, and then once we feel that we've got some connection, then we'll post a number for people to.
So what we're going to do is Ron's going to share his screen. He's going to kick the audio on so you guys can hear the STATICOM. And what we're going to do is Ron's going to start by inviting the spirits to speak, and then the handful of us will ask a few questions, kind of like establishing a baseline at an investigation to get STATICOM rolling. Once we feel that it's rolling, then we'll put the number up, and you guys can call in with some questions for us. See if we get the spirits to answer.
One question though, Ron, when you share the screen, do you lose your ability to talk?
Shouldn't.
Probably. Maybe no. Because I'm sharing the audio directly. We'll find out. If you can't hear me, that's okay. I'm watching. I have a second monitor open next to the computer so I can see the show. So if you need me to come back on for whatever reason or something, you can just, if you want me to cut or if you want me to talk, you can go like this or whatever. I'll be watching on the other screen. I'm going to pipe the audio direct.
Normally, you should be able to talk with the shared screen, but the way it's been happening tonight, who knows?
Right. Well, I mean, when you share a screen for sharing videos, doesn't it shut the sound off?
I think it does. That's what I'm worried about. So
on the share screen, it usually doesn't. It's only when we share the StreamYard uploaded videos it does that. But
you might be right, Chris. Let's try it and find out.
If I don't get to talk during it and everybody else gets to, I get to do this all the time in the discomfort of my own home. So let the people enjoy it. All right. So I'm going to share the screen. You might get that ripple video loop effect until I switch over. There it is, entire screen. All right. So as soon as I share it, I'm going to switch. I'm sharing sound as well, entire screen.
I'm waiting for it to show up. There it is.
You got it?
Yep.
You can hear me?
I can right now.
Damn, Chris Allgood's good. All right, so welcome to STATICOM.
Say something, Ron.
Hello.
Oh yes, perfect.
And you can hear STATICOM?
Yes.
Thank God. Can any spirits come through? Say hello. Say Rathman. That's like a given. Somebody has to say Rathman.
I heard son of a bitch.
I heard you're insulted. Do you have a mic or a volume level on STATICOM? If you do, you might want to just turn it up a little bit.
There we go. There's a female coming through strong. So for the spirits that are coming through, can you tell us who the female is that's coming through that's talking? I heard I'm on speaker.
I heard her say we must speak as one.
So you guys can hear me still, right?
Yeah.
So for people watching, including Uncle Tony, maybe haven't seen this before, this is pure white noise that we're filtering in real time and slowing down. There's no broadcast reception at all.
Yeah, none of these voices should even be there. They're not in the white noise. Well, they are, or they're using the white noise as a catalyst to bring their voice forward, because there is no vocal data in white noise. It just doesn't exist. So spirits, how many spirits do we have with us right now?
I heard all of us.
Yeah, I heard that too. All of us.
How many is that? 6? I think I heard 6. Yeah, Karen heard him say we must speak as one as well. Roger heard all of us. Yep, Jonathan heard all of us.
I'm going to ask for a special favor. If my mother can come through or somebody could say her name, say Florence, please. Somebody say Florence.
Yes, it's me, Florence.
You hear it?
I heard it.
Can we get a loud, slow, and clear Florence, please? Can I get that?
Right there. Right there.
It said it already.
Now can we hear Rathman?
That might have been it broken. Rathman. All right, spirits, can you do me a favor? Can you say it super loud and super clear as Rathman?
Says you asked me twice.
It said I asked him twice, I did.
Spirits, we've heard you say Rathman hundreds of times. We have to hear you say all good. Can you say all good?
If Marcello Bacci knows what we're doing, he popularized the method. Can he say Bacci?
He knows.
Can he say Bacci?
Ron, are you recording this as a place too?
I'm recording audio, but it actually was on record pause for the first part of it. I just started it now, but it'll be on the broadcast.
Because that one female voice is coming through a lot and fast. There's in there. I just can't so fast. I can't pick them up.
I didn't realize I'm using a different recorder. It was on pause, but it's recording now.
Bacci.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So for any spirits coming through, how do you hear our voices when we speak or ask? How do you hear us?
Word I just heard Lucky Strike. I don't know what that is.
Spirits, what day is today?
Coming through fast.
The voices are getting clear. All right, spirits. How many spirits are with us right now? 6. Spirits, what's Chris's wife's name?
It came through fast, but I heard it.
You did hear it?
Yeah.
Ron, is your mic closer to you or closer to the speaker?
Speaker.
Really?
I guess it doesn't have to be, right? If I'm doing the share the sound. Is that better?
Well, you just seem twice as loud as the Staticom.
I moved the microphone closer to me because you're not getting the sound from that, right? You're getting it through the computer.
Oh, true. You're right. True. That's why.
I could lower the mic sensitivity.
No, you're fine. You just don't have to lean into it. All right. Who's got the next question?
Spirit, can you slow down and speak one at a time so we can hear you clearly?
Can somebody say "Stay haunted" for Chris?
Right there. That was it. Stay haunted.
It came through a couple times. When you first asked it, it came through fast. Spirits, can you tell us what are the name of the two ladies that are not with us tonight? Can you tell us their two names?
Hush up.
I know, I heard a hush.
Sound like Lourdes. Again.
Ron, ask that one.
Which question?
The one on the screen.
I don't see it. Oh. Can Florence say... Oh. Can my mother, Florence, come through and say her brother's name, Tony? Can she say Tony Pagano?
Tony.
Pagano. I just heard it.
Could somebody repeat Pagano, please, for us? I'm listening. They said stop. Start listening. I'm focusing. Can you say Pagano one more time? He heard it. Okay, cool. Can Lucy say Grandma Lucy? Can Lucy say Grandma Lucy?
Machi.
Nice and slow and clear, please. Can I get Grandma Lucy?
I hear a familiar voice. Bocce, is that you? Marcello, is that you?
That wasn't him. That's another spirit with an Italian accent. I can tell you that right now. Okay, so everybody watching and those that just joined in, to give you a layman term of how Ron and Lourdes and Cherie's Staticom work, is they use a white noise generator. It generates nothing but white noise. And they run it through all these filters that you're thing. By the time these filters are done, it should be completely silent. These are voices coming through, hidden behind the white noise once the filter is.
All right, so for everyone that's asking questions for us to ask in the chat, we're going to open up a phone line where your voice will actually come onto the show. You can ask your question yourself, and then we'll see what answer comes through. Spirits, you ready to answer some questions for the audience? Sure. Thank you. We appreciate you doing that for us. All right, what do you say? Should we take a call?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to post the number up. Now, I don't know how many people will actually call. Feel free to, but if it just rings, that means, somebody got there first. So just keep trying. All right, here is the number. Oh, hold on. You know what?
There it is.
Right. But if I get a call, I can't share the screen if you're sharing.
They can still watch it on their end.
What do you mean?
If they,
This has to go away in order for me to bring the call in.
well, let's try.
We can stop running it and then bring a question in and then start it again.
All right, we have a first call.
You want to do that?
All right. Hey, Carol, hold on. I gotta share the screen.
Let me pull this out.
Hello, Carol. You're on the air.
Hi, Carol.
All right, Carol, what's your question?
Can't hear her, Tony.
Yeah, I might have to stop sharing.
No, I don't think I shared the audio. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Carol. Give me 1 minute.
Hang up, Carol. The good news is we don't charge by the minute.
True.
Yeah. We would owe you money.
Okay, so entire screen. No, audio shared. Oh, no, it's not. All right, Carol, now you should be live.
Okay.
What's your brother's name?
Well, hold
I
on.
don't want to say it. They should know.
Oh, okay.
There she is.
Okay, can you hear her now, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Hi,
All
Carol.
right, Carol, ask your question.
Spirit, could you please bring forward my brother?
All right, I'm going to have to. Oh, no, you can just switch to share, right? So let's go back to STATICOM now.
Carol's brother.
All right, we're getting an echo effect from somebody. Carol, do you have the show on in the background? Can you mute that? Oh, I guess you can't. You won't hear your answer, but maybe step away from it because it's coming through the show. All right. Spirits, can you bring forward Carol's brother?
If you understand what we're asking, please say Carol's brother.
I heard Carol.
Yep. I heard a male voice say, "I'm already talking too."
What's Carol's brother's name?
Yeah, he's there.
Carol is my friend.
All right. Well, Carol, that's the responses we got. So thank you for calling in, Carol. We appreciate it. All right.
So for our audience watching, go back and review the show after the live is done, like tomorrow or the next day or later tonight if you want. Remember that these voices come through fast. Some of those answers might have been there, and we're just not hearing it right live.
Right. Correct.
They just agreed with me. They said yeah.
Do we communicate with an area that would be astral, ethereal, or something else? Consciousness? Is this consciousness?
I heard yes.
Can you say the word if that's what it is? Say consciousness, please. How often are objects or dolls actually haunted?
Often. Spirits, how is life in the afterlife? Smoking. Do you like it better there or here on Earth? Both? Both. That was like 3 times. Both. What did you like best about life here?
A lot.
What do you miss more?
Other choices there?
Your family?
Oh, there was an answer there. They said I missed something. Ask it again.
What do you miss more? Do you miss your family?
Kids.
Yeah, Lisa. And Lisa, if nobody's on the line, Lisa, try call in. That would be good for you to ask it. Heard Lourdes.
Do it again.
Can Lisa Giordano La Scala's grandfather say his name, Henry? He can. Okay, please say it. Can we get a very clear Henry? Okay, that's what I thought I heard it too. Good. Okay.
Ask a question into Ellen. Spirits, what's the purpose of life?
They sound like they're arguing.
Sound like an answer too.
Yeah. Ron, Karen wants to know if there's a way to slow it.
I am slowing it. Imagine if I wasn't. I could try slowing it more, but it might ruin the dynamic.
I just heard in one sentence there are certain things that you don't hear. Email. I just heard my name.
Someone just said, hello, I'm somebody.
Ron, it's a regular number. You can just dial in.
Who said hello that Tony heard? Who was that? You know what would be incredible? If they could come through STATICOM and read the phone number.
Yeah.
Can somebody repeat 480?
The male voice just said it.
442?
Right there, 8208.
Swear to God. Spirits,
How
there's
are
a
you
male voice trying to come through. Can you tell us what the male voice is?
Oh, hold on, we'll bring you in.
You need me to pull it out, Tony?
All right, we got another caller. You're live on air. Who do we have?
This is Ronald from Minnesota.
Hey, Ronald.
Ron?
How you guys doing? Hey, this is amazing, guys. Thank you for sharing this.
All right.
And
Thank you.
well, the funny thing was, I was going to ask you before. I think you guys hinted it before about doing some remote sessions, and this is right what I was thinking about. Okay. Anyway, I had a friend of mine pass away September 12th. His name was John. All right, he was 91 years old, so he lived a long life. But I known him for like 13 years or so. But in any case, I think that my increased activity in the house that I've had from about September 15th or so to the end of the month, actually now even, has been partly him. Okay. And so the question is John here? Or can John say anything? Or can the spirit find if John is around?
All right. Well, let's take that to STATICOM.
Sorry about your friend.
Spirits, is Ron's friend John, is he around Ron's house? I heard yes.
I heard John before that, too. If you're around Ronald's house, say around the house.
It was there. It came through fast.
I heard around.
And then I heard the house.
Please repeat around the house for Ronald.
Hold on, Ron. Not Ron Iacovetti. Hold on, Ron, on the phone so that we can have STATICOM answers. Ask again, Ron. Iacovetti, ask again.
Can Ronald's friend John say around the house for him?
It was there. It was fast. It was there.
Yeah, it was super fast and light, but it was there. One more time, spirits, around the house if John is there.
Around the house.
So it's already around.
Yeah, sounds like he's there, Ron. Thanks for the call.
Review it later.
All right.
Thank you, Ron.
I heard I love it. The static, quiet, and then nation.
Chris, can you say Staticom? Scott and Tony. Is Staticom easier to use than other methods? A lot. I heard yes.
Again, for people watching, this is pure white noise filter. There should be no data, no voices at all. If you guys come through to us because of resonance, can you say that, please?
Right there. Right there.
I just heard Staticom again.
Chris, did you just say Staticom?
How's the kid?
How's the kid?
If the spirit's coming through, know the location that we all investigated together. Say Montgomery House if you know it.
Montgomery.
I heard it.
Montgomery.
I heard it.
Yeah. Very
Could you
fast.
repeat it, please? Slow and clear. Montgomery House. Right there.
I think I was there right there. I heard house.
Montgomery was rushed, but House was clear.
Yep.
Thank you. Can you guys tell me what color my beverage is? Can you see it?
Orange, right there.
Beverage.
What does Chris's hat say?
They already said it.
Stay haunted right there. Super, super soft. Spirits, what does my hat say?
Dirty.
Yeah, I see that.
I just heard it.
Yeah, I heard the EV.
Yep.
What are the last two letters?
Who wanted me to know that they were around?
Derek, what color is Ron's shirt? There again, deep voice, red.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Spirits, can you say happy birthday, Ed? Happy birthday right there. Twice. Twice.
Can we get every spirit who's collectively trying to come through to say happy birthday together? One big happy birthday, please.
All right, spirits, all together on the count of 3. All say happy birthday at the same time. Ready? Sure. 1, 2, 3. Happy birth, I heard.
Yep.
So for everybody watching, anybody that wants to call in with a question, we have time for one more call in. If somebody wants to call in and see if we can get a response. I agree, Roger. I'm hearing the same thing.
Yeah. Spirits, how long are you in the afterlife for?
For a while.
I heard that. So do we reincarnate?
Yes.
How many times?
Until we're done.
Ron, how are you?
And the raspy voiced gentleman in the background, can you tell us what your name is?
Hold on one second.
Okay,
You are live on air. Who are we speaking to?
this is Liz.
Hi, Liz. How you doing?
Liz?
Hi, everyone. Doing great.
What question do you
Um,
have?
I wonder if my brother Eddie could sing something for us.
Can
All
sing.
right,
Ooh,
let's-
that's a good one. Yeah.
Let's find out. Here comes STATICOM back. Eddie, can you sing something that we could hear?
Eddie.
Could we hear it, please?
Of course.
Of course. You're welcome.
Yeah, if Ed is around, your sister was on air.
And she
Liz?
was asking if you could sing something that she could hear. Anything at all.
That would be great. Okay, that sounds like a song.
It's funny because Carol said, heard I'm trying, and I heard the same thing.
What's your favorite song, Eddie?
Can Eddie maybe finish the name of a song? What's the name of this song? Give me the last word. Stairway to. Stairway to what?
So Roger's saying Obladi, and I heard the same friggin' thing, but I didn't. That's why I jumped. So Liz, is that something that he would have said?
I heard it again, Obladi.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Carol,
Carol?
you must know.
Edward. Somebody just said Edward.
Oh, good, Kristen.
I got to do this just once because I know we're running out of time. Spirits, who can say my last name? Loud and clear, please. Say my last name.
Tony what? What's his last name, please? He said Tony. Tony what?
Right
Oh,
there.
yeah, I heard the whole thing.
Thank you.
You know what? Somebody who's been behind us and supported us for this show for so long, can somebody come through, create some chicken skin, and say Race Hobbs?
Oh, good call.
Race Hobbs, please. Loud and clear, please. Right there.
Right
Oh.
there. Right there. One more time. Repeat it one more time, please.
What?
Oh!
What?
That was loud!
That's awesome.
That was great.
All right, now go ahead and say chicken skin if you want to. Somebody said it.
Right there. Right there. Chicken skin.
Wow, that was loud.
Thank you, Spirit.
Yes, thank you very much, Spirits. We greatly appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Again, for people who may not have seen this before, this is pure white noise using what we believe is stochastic resonance to be audible, to be detectable. How they're hearing us may be inverse stochastic resonance, but it should not be happening. Certainly in an ambient phenomena.
There should be nothing that sounds like voice at all. And the fact that we can ask a question and get intelligent responses just should not be occurring from straight white noise without any form of interference, because there's no way for it to be manipulated, changed. So there you have it.
Kristen in the chat said they said the white light. Could you repeat white light for Kristen, please? White light.
Right there. Right there. white light.
So, and for everybody watching too, if you ever have a chance to attend an event, whether it be on the West Coast over where Tony and Sheree are, or up in the Upper East Coast where Ron and Lourdes are, this is what you'll get to experience. And the difference here is we're doing it live on the show, so we've got what appears to be a lot of spirits trying to communicate all at once. And you have a tendency in areas like this where you just open the door. We experienced it in Gettysburg Bash, where a lot of them try and come through, and a lot of them try and talk a lot. But when you go to these locations where Tony and Sheree and Ron and Lourdes go, where they have these events, you get a lot more communication and a lot more one-on-one time with the guys. And this is actually what they're doing. This is actually what they're producing during these events. Pretty cool stuff.
I want to ask if I can my mother give a message to her brother before we end the show? Does my mother have a message she can give her brother Tony before we end? Can you say Anthony and Cindy?
Cindy.
Right?
Yeah, I heard it.
Could you repeat Cindy, please?
I heard this is a milestone.
If anybody wants a recording of the audio from the show, you can reach out to me afterwards. I have 90-something% of it I could send you.
All right, spirits, we want to say thank you to you for your cooperation tonight, for your answers, and for answering the questions of not only us, but the audience. So thank you.
Todd and Carmela want to know if Carol or Robert are present. If you are, can you say hello, Todd? Hello, Todd. I just heard it's from the white noise.
You know, one of the most fascinating things about this to me is that all of us have been asking questions. We're all in 3 different states, yet the answers just come through.
It's amazing. Okay, guys, you ready to pull it up?
Yes.
Wow, that was uncomfortable.
Yes, it was. All right, spirits, thank you for communicating with us. We appreciate you. We took the message loud and clear. You want to go ahead and end it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please say good night, and we'll shut it down.
That might have been it right there.
Yeah.
Can you say it one, Spirits? Can you say it one more time?
Loud and clear, please.
Loud and clear, please.
Spirits, can you tell us good night? Yeah. All right, I'm going to pull it out. Here we go.
All right.
All right,
that
guys.
was fun.
It was good.
That is always fun. So
There you go. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So for everybody watching, you get to attend an event with Tony and Cherie and Ron and Lourdes. One of the things that I've learned is being somebody that doesn't do STATICOM is when you get to attend these sessions with these guys is while you're there, focus on the predominant voices that you hear coming through, and then it's easier to pick up some of the messages that they're saying. If you try and focus on all the voices at once, then it just gets overwhelming and it's hard to distinguish some of the messages coming through. So if you pick out one or two voices and focus on what you're hearing, it's easier to pick up some of those messages. But this is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal communication.
Yeah, that's a great point, Chris. I noticed when doing it on a regular basis is that the voices that I think are either meant for me to hear or they seem to come through louder than the other voices, those are the ones that jump out to me and usually are the ones having the answer to my question. Or even if it is a low background one, for some reason I seem to be able to hear that. Or maybe there's a bunch of them I'm missing and they're all saying it. I don't know, but the responses seem to jump out over the rest of the voices in it.
Yeah, a lot of times when we do this too, the identical settings, the identical even amplitude white noise, the variances will be completely different from one time to another, where
Right.
we've had dead silence between the voices. And then now tonight, again, this is just theoretical, right? But if you're going to assume that there's spirits who can come through, you're talking about our 3 locations, added to that, multiple people coming through, possibly for the guests who were looking for that, then you end up with that cacophony of vocals that may not always be there, but in this instance, absolutely were. And then when you look at consciousness, if we're communicating with it, and the idea of filter hypothesis, that your transceiver, like Tony had mentioned, is kind of tuned to a certain area, and that those are the messages perhaps that are meant for you. Oftentimes, you guys know, Lourdes and I have debated back and forth about what's being said, and it ends up that both messages were there, almost overlapping or completely overlapping.
Yeah.
So it is not always a case of a classic case of bivalence where something's true, therefore the other thing must be false. Sometimes both things are true. And I think tonight, some of the vocals were extremely clear, but then there were a lot when they were, I guess, multiple voices talking at the same time. That Race Hobbs, the second go around,
That was good.
Awesome.
that person was not getting stuck in the crowd with that voice.
No, and
We're gonna
unfortunately, he
review
had
again
moved on
as
to
well.
UNX's
Yeah.
next program, and he didn't get to hear that. So I'm gonna have to reach out to him and let him know he needs to watch that show again because man,
Right.
woo!
That was cool.
And also, because this is our first time doing the live Staticom, maybe our audience can drop us a comment if they want to do this again. I don't know,
Right there.
Ron. There you go, Todd. Awesome. Yep. Maybe we can do it at least once a month or twice a month.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So Liz's question for her brother to sing Might not have been a song that he sang, but she plays the Obladi on the piano and on the guitar a lot.
And that's what you guys heard?
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard it. Roger in the chat heard it. Yep.
Wow. Well, you know who would know that? Her brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what she asked for.
I get
So-
goosebumps.
That's pretty wild.
And nobody would have known that until she said it.
Right.
But yet it was heard prior to her saying that.
Yeah.
I'm actually scrolling back now to see if I could find it where it was mentioned. But yeah, that's true. Nobody would have known it at all. And another cool thing too that I thought Todd and Carmela, Lisa Giordano, they've been at live Staticom sessions before too. So it's interesting that they also found it was something where they were able to pull the words, even when they weren't solitary vocals, but maybe a couple. They were able to still hear the words from, and perhaps a familiarity with listening to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
So I want to mention something from a metaphysical standpoint. For those of you out there that are sensitive or mediums or anything that has a chance, anything in that realm that has a chance to attend these events with Ron and Lourdes or Tony and Cherie, do me a favor. Be there before they start the Staticom and judge the sensitivity and the energy, the way it rises in the room the minute they turn it on. It's almost like they opened the doors to a free day at Disneyland. It is just the most amazing feeling. It's overwhelming to people that can pick up energy. It's just overwhelming, and it's fantastic. You can actually feel the spirits coming into the room to communicate. It's weird. It is the most intense energy that I have ever felt on an investigation. It's pretty cool.
That's
That's an interesting thing to hear from that side of the coin, because a lot of times when we get so technologically wrapped up in the logistics of making this happen, those kinds of things, Tony and I don't think are also, or Cherie and Ward is probably, like Audra and you, more sensitive and would pick up on something like that. But you're very, very attuned to those kinds of things. So we don't perhaps notice that. That could be for us, again, through communicating with consciousness and where you're dialed in, the same way you leave the house during the day and the stars at night that you see are still there, but they're obfuscated by what's taking over your sensory input. There, for us, we're so into this that perhaps some of those sensitivities are being obfuscated by where we're focused, where we're paying attention to what's amplified in our experience technologically and audibly. So, Chris's input for that, for those watching, is as paramount to us as the vocals we record, because that is one of the ways that this can be and is experienced.
It is.
That's very true.
And for everybody watching, when I speak to that, I don't stand anywhere near the equipment. You can see it in the videos we did at the Montgomery House. Tony and Cherie can verify this. Ron and Lois can. I stay away from the equipment. So it's not the equipment I'm picking up. It's the spirits coming into the room to communicate that I'm picking up on. It's just an amazing feeling. It's intense.
Sure.
Yeah, and that was true. Chris wouldn't stand anywhere near it. In fact, there was one point in the evening where it got so intense, Chris is like, I got to go downstairs, and he walked away. Although he said he could hear it actually better
downstairs.
Down.
Yeah, good. You could hear it clear.
Yeah, sometimes for how the sound travels too, perhaps in the Montgomery House where you're probably speaking to specifically, the acoustics were good there. You could hear Staticom downstairs if you were upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
No doubt about that.
Well, I'm going to say, and we can do our little closing comments and shameless plugs because we're our own guests. But I'm going to say once again, for people who know Lourdes and I and how this whole thing got started, we've had tremendous success and been beyond the moon, being able to partner up with Tony and Cherie with the Staticom project, with developing it and working on it. And tonight's show, because there was some element, some component of what we used that worked perfectly last night, took a dump on my ego, my self-esteem, and possibly my head 2 hours before the show. And Tony remained calm and cool, which was probably not easy because I would have made coffee nervous.
I did have to tell him at one point.
Is that calm already? Because I heard Tony like.
Yeah, I had to
stressing
raise
out,
my voice a little bit. I'm like, Ron, just listen to what I'm telling you to do. He's like, well, if I uninstall, I'm like, Ron, just follow these steps.
Yeah, it's absolutely true, and it's funny because it was like the worst possible day. Like today was just like a long, little bit of a rough day. So it felt like when this didn't work, it felt like getting stuck in quicksand, and then somebody throws you an anchor.
Right. I totally get it. I totally get it. I do.
Yeah.
But for you watching, that's my point. Is that this team, the support and the input from Chris and Audra, from Tony and Cherie, from Tony's intellectual prowess with technology, with STATICOM, is been priceless. And everybody here as friends and family. I mean, you guys made what was not a great day feel fantastic for me at the end of it, just because I'm spending it with you. So,
we couldn't agree with that more. We do miss Lourdes and Audra being on tonight, but like we said, if the audience enjoyed the show, let us know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something we can do on a regular basis, and the more you do it, the better the responses become, and the longer you do it, and it's an evolving process. So maybe if we do it same Monday night on every month or something, they're going to realize when it's occurring, and more will show up. And I liked Ron's point about the fact that there were 3 sets of states involved where each one of us is at. Did that triple the amount of voices? Whereas if they're just in one, maybe. And did the guests bring in additional voices to maybe? It's all stuff we're learning, but that's the coolest thing about this. So.
Yeah, Jenny Colucci, she's awesome from Parasite. We love her. Can you put Melissa's comment back up again? Not
Which
that one, but that's good though. The one before it.
Jeannie or Jenny?
Oh, no, that one. Yes, would hate for Ron to spontaneous. First of all, I'm 5'6". It would have been a really fast blast on like a spark. For one. For
but
two,
let me also remind you that he is Italian, so it would have been a big, giant, quick blast.
Yes, my deodorant would have held up because it works for 72 hours.
He was this close when I dialed, but not a problem.
But see, we're open, we're honest. Like this is not all like, yeah, we've got it down.
I've been in the same boat though. I could not get mine to function. Ron's like, "Oh, we can take care of that," and he did. In about an hour, I was like, "Oh my god, it sounds brand new."
Yeah, that is the universe having intent. Because if you and I both had technical collapses at the same time, Chris would have to find us somewhere below the surface of the earth. We would just dig ourselves into the ground.
That's so true. And I'd be very first.
You know what's cool? You know what's cool? You know what made me appreciate it even more? This is the first time and completely unexpected to me that my mother's brother, and my mom had passed away in 2019, my Uncle Tony, who is iconic to my childhood. We so close for so long. To have him show up, to see you guys who are my family as well, and to see what we do and kind of listen and hear stuff, that was awesome for me. And if we had not gotten everything back online, thanks to Tony, that would not have happened tonight. So that's life saying, don't give up. You have a very tall friend with a nice hat, a power amulet who will make it work.
Well, I'm not against saying I think we might have got a little lucky, but hey, it worked out. And
yeah, that was great. Thank you for coming, Uncle Tony. That was awesome. So
yeah, thank you for coming, Uncle Tony. It not just meant a lot to Ron, it meant a lot to us too as a team.
Yeah,
we love your nephew like no tomorrow. He's a brother to us, so we're glad to have him.
Agreed. He's family. Family.
Very cool. And too bad you didn't get to see Lourdes and Audra tonight, but there'll be more opportunities.
Monday.
All right, guys. Shameless plugs for EVP. Tony and Cherie, what you got going on?
Well, this weekend we have an exclusive
STATICOM session.
Yeah, we got invited to a particular individual's house who happened to see the maybe it wasn't the last one, but one we had did a while back. She was absolutely fascinated with the responses she got. So we are going to her house Saturday night, where she invited a bunch of her friends to get a personalized STATICOM session, and we're going to make that happen for them.
Oh, she's
That's
Italian
awesome.
too, Ron.
Yes, she is.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. She is the one who she was the one who actually asked her question in Italian and got a response, and so
And broke a tears.
yeah, she broke down in tears for a little bit, but we're gonna go see what other answers we can get for her.
Yeah.
That's
Other
awesome.
than that, that's all. The
Ron
regular.
and Lourdes, what do you guys got going on this weekend? Or this
We
week?
have the start of an insane month. Saturday the 7th, October 7th, at the Pine Bush UFO and Paranormal Museum, we have the second annual Shadow Soiree with STATICOM sitting. We're doing a digital seance, which is what worked fantastic last year. The following weekend, we're going all the way up to Niagara Falls, New York, for the season 4 premiere of Deathwalker with Nick Groff. The following Monday, William Helms has got his annual, his monthly meetup in upstate New York, where Lourdes and I will be speaking and presenting. The 27th, the following Friday, a new place called the Public House. It's a steakhouse, restaurant, hotel built in the 1800s. It's a very old place. Sold out almost immediately, and they may be adding tickets to the event. That's the 27th, and then the following weekend, the 3rd and 4th, is the New Jersey Para-Unity Expo, where we'll have a STATICOM and ITC exhibit room, and we'll be running closed-door digital seance sessions throughout. And I think November we have a little bit of a reprieve after that for a week or two. I think till the Parasite Paris Summit. But
Good
What about you, Chris?
We are taking it easy for the next couple weeks, because at the end of the month, we are coming to Phoenix to not only see the Rathmans.
Oh, cool.
But to celebrate my grandbaby's, my granddaughter's first birthday with my son and his wife. So we will be in Phoenix.
Awesome.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah, we will
God.
be in Phoenix for Halloween, because she was born on Halloween. So we'll be celebrating her first birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so
awesome.
cool.
And then we're starting to plan for next year, because then the holidays start hitting and we do a lot of family stuff. So we don't get to do as much paranormal stuff as Ron and Lourdes and Tony and Cherie do, because between work and family stuff, we are pretty much tied up, and trying to get stuff into the Montgomery house kind of keeps us busy. But
Yeah, you run a fantastic location that wouldn't be doing as well as it's doing if you guys weren't running it. And that's an obligation in and of itself.
yeah. And I'm going to put out some promos to try and get everybody in before December hits, when it's too damn cold in the house, to do some investigating. But the Montgomery house is always open for anybody that's interested. It's a phenomenal location. The activity there is just, for such a small location. It's not tiny. It's about 1,800 to 2,000 square feet, but the history behind it gives it phenomenal evidence. And we just,
it's great.
Go ahead and reach out to us before the season closes.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. It's such a cool place. Really good.
And
it used a lot.
The activity in there was just amazing. I mean, literally amazing.
Yeah.
But then we're going to start planning next year. We're going to try and start hammering the paranormal next year. We're going to definitely be at Gettysburg Battlefield Bash again next year.
We'll try to go there too.
Yeah, we're going to try to put it on our list.
That would be fantastic if the whole EVPE team was in Gettysburg.
Right. Yes.
It really would. It would be. Not to belabor the show and point here, but that Montgomery House investigation we all 6 did, for people watching who are still with us tonight. That's the first time we all got to be in the same location to investigate together. And man, that was one of the coolest experiences we had, whether we were investigating or not. It was so cool to be working together and to be hanging out together.
It was.
Yeah, that's a must. If we can do that again.
It was a fantastic weekend, minus the investigation alone. Just the time spent with the 6 of us all together was just phenomenal. It was a great time.
Yeah, and thank you and Audra again for that. that made it
I mean, we didn't
unbelievably
really
easy
sleep.
for us, and
Yes.
you gave us places to sleep and fed us, and so that was awesome. Thank you.
My home is your home.
Oh, he's gonna get
It
a call
felt
from
that way.
Simonelli. I don't know who I am.
We knew where we were. We just couldn't figure out how to get back to it. So,
Well,
all right, guys.
and in the next week or 2 or 3, I don't have an exact date yet, but the 4th book, which features the voices of Entity Voices, all of you guys, my team, my family, contributed your origin story and some of your experience, which I'm proud to share. Thank you for adding to the quality of the book that I'm putting out by being a part of it. I read everything you guys sent me when you submitted it, and it was like, this is awesome. So, Memoirs of an Academic Layperson, maybe the only title. I may have cut off the part before that. We're working on that with the publisher now, but I saw the cover art today. Very excited. This is my favorite of the 4. One big reason is because of all you are contributors to it. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you
That's
for
awesome.
asking.
How exciting.
Yes.
Very exciting. All right, guys, we will be back again next week. Same people. Audra and Lourdes should be back with us.
Hope.
They will. We'll drag them in. We'll grab them by the feet kicking. We'll have them here with us. We'll be back same time, same channel, same network, same hosts, but with the other 2, hopefully. Sheree, you got to be here. You gotta get the 6.
Yes. Yes.
Guys, remember, you don't have to be, you don't have to look for, you don't have to want to. In order to get the results that you get from investigations, get those spirits to communicate with you, you've got to love what you do. You've got to have the passion. You've got to have the respect. You got to talk to them like they're people missing their meat suits. But most of all, you got to stay haunted. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Have a good night.
Good night.
Can you give me a name? What's your name?